Welcome back to the channel. Blue Willow version 4 was just rolled out some days back. Since I am a paid supporter, I got early access to it. I have been playing around and have come up with some prompts and images to show you how much the Blue Willow AI has evolved in version 4. Well, in some cases, at least. So in today's video, I am keeping it short and simple. I will dive into what's changed in Blue Willow version 4.0 and show you the prompts and the images in comparison. I find it very interesting to see how generative AI is evolving, and yeah, there is a massive difference between versions 3 and 4. So let's get started. To clear things out, firstly, I won't be going into details about Blue Willow in this video because I already made an in-depth video about Blue Willow, its pros and cons, personal and business uses, how to get started, etc. I will leave that video link in the description below for reference. Secondly, I won't be comparing Blue Willow to any other AI art generator, and this video is purely about Blue Willow version 3 versus version 4. Lastly, Blue Willow version 4 is only for paid supporters and is in early access. However, they would release it for free in the future as they did with their previous version. You can pay $5 a month to get immediate access or wait for it to be released for free. Their official announcement calls version 4 a breakthrough, which is somewhat accurate in many of the prompts I have tried. There is indeed a massive difference in image quality. It's like it keeps getting better and better. They say there is a 2x improvement in their upscaling quality, and I don't think they don't mean resolution. I can see the improvement in image quality, but I don't know what they mean by upscaling quality. They have not given a definite changelog as such. So what I will do is try the same prompt and see the difference. However, in my testing, I also saw some bugs in specific ratios and specific types of images. So I will show you both the improvements and the bugs so you have a clearer picture of what changed. Let's try the first prompt. Ink art by David Downton of a beautiful girl with pretty neon hair and realistic vibrant eyes. In an underwater rave with many colorful flowering vines, extremely detailed and gothic style and colors. This prompt was from the previous video. It's the thumbnail of that video on YouTube. This is what we got earlier. And here is version 4. Let the two images sink in. I mean, look at the difference. It's the same prompt. Both are still vectors. The one on the right looks like a completely different prompt, but it's not. This is a significant improvement. The next prompt is very simple, and they have greatly improved it. Midjourney cannot do this at all. The prompt is a panda holding a sign with written, "I love you." I am very fascinated with AI-generated text. Adobe Firefly could do it very easily. What has improved in version 4 is that the whole text, "I love you," is clear and readable. Before, I used to get a heart or the text "I" with a heart image, and then either the text "I love" or a "you" written on the sign. Single words were easy, but this got 3 words right on the spot in the first shot without any regeneration. Another text prompt I tried earlier is a crocodile holding a sign with written "hungry" in it. Even for this one, see the difference in the crocodile. I like to use simple prompts to test the AI rendering engine. I haven't added any negative commands or mentioned that the crocodile should be an illustration or 3D. In version 3, I regenerated this prompt like 10 times, and all the crocodiles were illustrations only. Version 4, I tried 10 times again, and 8 out of 10 times, I got an enhanced version of the crocodile rather than a cartoonish illustration. I actually have to define it in the prompt to make it into a flat cartoon illustration. The next set of images is exciting because version 3 is good enough. Let's look at my prompt. Great waves painting on a red and orange background, highly detailed, ominous landscapes, expressionist, emotiveness, illustration. Before I show you version 4, let us understand the prompt. Ominous landscape. I used it in the prompt to give the landscape a disastrous look and feel. So the AI should have included something like a storm, huge waves, or anything disastrous. You cannot see that in version 3. I can see Kinkami Ocean with waves hitting the rocks. The sky is gloomy and red, but that's beautiful, and it could be just the sunset. Also, I have defined red and orange in the prompt. So the word ominous is ignored by the AI. Expressionist is used here to define bold colors. Well, the AI does that. The red and orange are bold, but the sky colors are muted. I wanted to create a dramatic emotion when looking at the art. Hence the word emotiveness. Now this is very subjective. For me, version 4 does a better job than version 3. But again, this is highly subjective. What I am trying to show in this art is typically perceived differently by different people. That's what any art is. Let's look at version 4. Do you see what I mean? The AI has accurately considered ominous in the illustration. The weather is stormy. It's more expressive, which is evident from the strokes and the sky. For me, version 4 invokes more emotion than version 3. So here, I prefer version 4 to 3. My next prompt for testing is, painting of a man in a boat on the blue ocean, dark sky blue and dark orange. Traditional oil painting, illustration, swirling colors, moonlit seascapes. Version 3 is a complete mess here. I don't even know where to start. There is no dark orange. And the moon is a mess. The water near the boat. And what is in his hands? Is he fishing or something? Fortunately, version 4 is a massive improvement. There is still no dark orange, but wow. The water is perfect, and so is the moon. Overall, the difference is self-explanatory. Let's move on. Psychedelic style artwork, single cherry blossom tree with red leaves flying, sharp, vector, flat, illustration. Beautiful image. But, no flying leaves and very slight red at the bottom. It's opinionated, it added the mountains without me mentioning anything about the mountains. I am okay with that. Let's have a look at version 4. Whoa! Beautiful and stunning. See the difference. The developers have really done an excellent job with version 4. I am utterly amazed at how accurate the image on the right is. Version 3 only focused on the blossom tree. It decided to add the mountains and tree line on its own. Version 4, however, is just what I wrote in the prompt. Before I move on to the negative parts of version 4, I want to show you a couple more images. The following is a lighthouse image. The prompt is, a lighthouse with an aurora and a sky, in the style of flat shading, low resolution, horizons, dark red and blue, adventure core, calm waters, flat perspective. Well, I picked up a bad habit from Midjourney where I put core at the end of everything. I was thinking, why don't I also try it here? You have seen version 3 of the prompt. Just check out version 4. I am being sincere here. This is not a different prompt, it's precisely the same. The image is so different. It's like it is rendered in a completely different AI art generator. I was stunned, to be honest. I literally double-checked the prompt because I was doing so much copying and pasting for a second I thought maybe I copied a different prompt. I love version 4 of this prompt. The Aurora Borealis is perfect. And because of that, it added stars and a proper night sky. The rocks are the icing on the cake. I don't think Adventure Core did anything, but version 4 was spot on. Like the previous images, check out this prompt: smoke, fire, smell, abstract illustration, modern design, colorful. And again, I cannot understand version 3. Doesn't make any sense. Version 4 gets it accurate, though. I wanted to try some artistic mushrooms, but in a photographic realistic style. So I tried the prompt, mushrooms on water macro, psychedelic, colorful, vibrant, studio lighting, bokeh, ray tracing, reflection, mystical fantasy, magical, sharp, dreamy bokeh, glow, macro photography, insane details, photorealism. And version 4 looks way better than version 3. I tried this prompt with various variations, all producing excellent results. The following image is disappointing. It's a long prompt, studio portrait photography of Abraham Lincoln, stoic, dignified, thoughtful, honest, and resilient. Close up, using Canon EOS R5, lens focal length 55mm, studio lighting, aperture f/1.4, bokeh, sharp focus, Unreal 5 render, hyperrealistic, high definition, muted saturation, vintage, intrinsic facial details, 32K with a negative command, no mutation. There are two problems with version 4. Some portraits are good, but this one and many others I have tried are now cartoonish. Secondly, the images are distorted. I have reported the problem to the devs. If you use the same prompt and instead of the 2:3 ratio, you use 1:1 ratio, the distortion goes away. However, the images are still cartoonish in comparison to version 3. Stable Diffusion Automatic 1111 has the same problem. The solution there again was to use 1:1 ratio. However, you won't see this problem in Stable Diffusion XDXL. A video for that is also in the pipeline. Check out the 1:1 image. Same prompt. No change in version 4 except the distortion is fixed. However, take another prompt, for example, Medusa, portrait, artistic, scary, colorful, CG rendering. The version 3 looks like someone with awful Photoshop skills played with her hair using the free pen tool. But version 4 gets it right. And there is a massive difference. To conclude, Blue Willow version 4 is way better. The improvements in 8 out of 10 images are massive and ultimately, I cannot ignore that. Hats off to the developers for keeping Blue Willow free even for commercial use and adopting a pay-to-support system. I highly recommend if you want to try it out, first check out our previous video. It explains everything about Blue Willow and AI art generation in general, then sign up and play around with version 3. Support the team and get instant early access to version 4, or wait for it. As with any evolving AI generation tool, there will always be some bugs, but the important thing is it gets fixed. Pulling this off without a paywall is impressive. I always believe competition is good. For now, we have Midjourney, which is considered the best, and there is no way I am comparing Blue Willow to it. But there are other options like Stable Diffusion, Blue Willow, Leonardo AI, Adobe Firefly, etc. And the more we have, the better. Each one, including Blue Willow, will have its own space and group of users. If there is so much improvement in version 3 versus version 4 in such a short period of time, imagine Blue Willow version 5 or 6, for that matter. Since version 4 is paid to support access only, I won't provide any images generated in version 4. But I will write down all the prompts in the description for you to try it out yourself. Until next time. If you have watched till here, thanks. Please like and subscribe, and hit the bell notification to receive a notification as soon as we upload a new video.